Hello, everyone. I'm Yves Salomon-Fernández, and I'm the president of Urban College of Boston. And I have the pleasure of being with Lincoln Malley with us today. He is the president and CEO of Lesaka in South Africa, and we are honoring him as one of our honorary degree recipients this year. I'm just so excited to be with you, Lincoln, today. It's just really, really exciting. Of course, we consider you an honorary Bostonian. We won't say that it was Cambridge. Boston is a big city, and you have some great roots here and in New England overall, and we're just so delighted to be with you.
Oh, Eve, thank you so much. It's such an honor for me to be among the incredible people of the Boston higher education community. It brings back amazing memories, and it is so great to have this conversation with you. And I look forward to seeing you in person in the next few weeks.
Yeah, we're excited too. And I have to say, I finished reading your book, and gosh, I think we could spend the whole day talking about your book. So give us a little bit of an excerpt. Tell us who you are and how you came to be the person that you are. We're all very curious to learn more about you, Lincoln. Your childhood?
Yes, if I'm a product of our past in South Africa, which was unfortunately characterized by an apartheid system that denied many people an education that was of quality just simply because of the color of their skin. And so at an early age, I joined the anti-apartheid movement or the liberation movement. And it was costly because at about 17 or 18 years old, I'd been excluded from school. I'd been expelled from school. I was in and out of jail. I was trying to leave the country. I was part of a group of very angry young people who wanted to bring the apartheid system down. Yet my father didn't want to give up on me. And we had one of these profound conversations where he said to me, it's not the size of the stone you can throw against the police or the potency of the petrol bomb you can throw against the army, but it's the quality of education that you get and the values that we imbibe that would make you the kind of person that's right for the future of the country that you want to have. That was a profound conversation. It meant that I could now go back to school. We would stop our school boycotts, and there I was able to finish my studies in high school and go to university in spite of all of the challenges and the police harassment and all of that. So I look back at that profound conversation, and that's why education has always been at the center of what it is that I think about and what I do and what I want for each and every young person on this continent of Africa and throughout the world.
That's great. That's great. Lincoln, you have such a rich story, and it's so important for us to hear about your journey. And in your book, you talk a lot about your dad, that experience and the conversations that you had with him, and that really shaped who you became and who you are, and your commitment to education for young people, but most importantly to mentoring. So you talk about doing that in business, you talk about doing that in everyday conversations within the education sphere, and also in whatever places you find not just young people, but also people who have some experience under their belt. So what does mentoring mean to you? What does reaching people where they are, and certainly across the chronology of age and experiences, what does that mean to you?
Because there were people who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, who saw a future for me that I didn't see for myself. When I had an opportunity to now be in a leadership role, I saw my calling as to be the kind of person who would produce other people that were like me and play the role that others played in me. So my biggest focus is to be the midwife for Africa's rebirth. And I want to do that through young people. And I really want to do that to other leaders. And so my role is to find a way of influencing in every aspect of my life, finding other gems, finding other young people, finding other leaders, and give them an opportunity to really be the best that they can be. Nobody, except for those people who believed in me, thought that somebody who was expelled from school could now be a CEO of a Nasdaq-listed company. Nobody thought that somebody who was in and out of jail at the time could be having qualifications from universities here in South Africa and abroad. Nobody thought that somebody who was trying to leave the country to go and fight the apartheid system could now be a husband with children that was trying to shape their futures. So for me, I believe that education can create amazing pathways for many, many, many young people and adults who can change their lives through education, particularly those who are seen as being other, those who are excluded, those who are not being seen as mainstream. I want to see them as mainstream. I want to see them where they are as USA.
That's wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Lincoln. I've said this to you, I've characterized your story as one of courage, resilience, and strong convictions. But it's also a story of second chances and a story of higher education as a pathway for not only socioeconomic mobility, but also for citizenship. And we know that you took that experience and you took your knowledge and you continued your journey here at Cambridge as a graduate of the Harvard Business Program. So tell us a little bit about what it means to give second chances, what it means to have to see promise in people and to help to contribute to that. And you have a history of philanthropy, you have a history of launching people, whether it's here in the US or in South Africa or in the UK. How have you made business a vehicle and a way to engage folks who need a second chance?
The first thing was, the first time I heard about Harvard was in that very conversation I had with my dad. I didn't even know where that was, or Boston. But he challenged me to eventually one day get to Boston. And the line manager knew that this was what my father wanted and gave me that opportunity to join the AMP program in Boston. And here was a South African with all of my past challenges, meeting 50 other, or 150, other leaders. But at the end of the program, for all those leaders to choose me as a class speaker, when I went there, I didn't even understand the concept of a class speaker. But through interacting with my other colleagues, they were voting me to be class speaker. Now, that again told me that there is talent everywhere. There is skills and there is depth of knowledge everywhere. Our job as leaders is to find it. Our job is to create those opportunities for others. My line manager saw something in me that was bigger than what I saw and gave me that opportunity to go to Boston. Now, everything I've done in my career and in my foundation has been to give other people those opportunities. So whenever I've worked in a corporate environment, I always judge how many people have I given opportunities through promotions, through further education, through mentorship, through guidance. How many young people am I helping through my programs so that they can reach for their stars? And so that's been really the story of my life. And it was so encouraging to hear the story of Urban College and to hear that that story is my story, because it saw people that others didn't see. And it gave them an opportunity to see themselves in new ways. And some of them are the first in a generation. Some of them are the first in their families to access higher education. Now, the multiplier effect of those people who've been given an opportunity to be at Urban College starts to be something that we extend for generations to come. So that is something I'm passionate about. And again, the association with Urban College is that something I would never have dreamed about. But again, this is where sometimes opportunities will come in places that you didn't think about or link you with people that you never met. So the conversation I had with you when I was in the States was so enriching. I felt that I got to know the institution. And what was unique about it was that the institution had its own way of doing things. That was uniquely about who it is and the people that it serves. And that excited me to no end.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I felt the same connection with you and Zva. I mean, it's just, I think I walked away from the last meeting we had with a sense that you are defining your legacy as a family, as philanthropists, as people who see opportunity and who see talent beyond borders. In this place, Massachusetts means so much to you. In Cambridge and Boston meaning so much to you, wanting to really extend your family legacy to that. So tell us a little bit about why the Urban College mission really matters to you, why this honor, what it means, what it signifies to you personally, to you as a family, to you given your history as a South African. And of course, as you know, a great proportion of our students are Black African Americans who certainly understand the history and legacy of exclusion. And Urban College is working very hard to create more access, more socioeconomic mobility. And I know that's something that resonates with you. So tell us a little bit more and why those things really drew you in.
The first response has been humbling throughout the journey. There are still times when I'm not sure how real this is. But beyond that, sharing with the family has been an amazing journey to see how my kids, how Zva has responded to this. Just the sense of pride they have. Yet probably the thing that matters the most to me is the compounding effect of this for many young people across the continent who look up to me. Not in my individual capacity for what I hope I stand for and what I want them to aspire to get. And for them to be able to say, I too can get a qualification overseas. I too can, be online and be able to get qualifications that may not have been accessible before, but technology enables us to access those qualifications. Now, if in the way this will unfold, a couple of young people in South Africa are able to access the curriculum and qualifications from Urban College, and if also students at Urban College are able to access qualifications in South Africa, that would be a dream beyond. It would really be a culmination of these things I've always been thinking about. And I want to end off this point by thinking of something that was said by one of the early thinkers on the continent, Kwame Nkrumah, who said, we don't look either east or west. We face forward.
That's right.
And I think this is so important for young people to face forward, to know that they can extend themselves beyond what they see today. And technology enables us to bridge some of these divides, right? Technology enables them to move boundaries that might have been created before. So for me, inclusion is not a buzzword. It's the very essence of my being, that I need to find others that have the potential, have the drive, have the passion, How do I and others find a way to enable them to have the opportunities that are coming their way?
Oh my gosh, Lincoln, I have to tell you, every time I speak with you, I am just so energized. Always energized. Your energy, your passion, they're just electric. So I am very grateful for that, and so very grateful for the time that we got to spend together. As you know, commencement is a huge party for us. We have the Dragon Lion Dance. We'll have lots of other dignitaries joining you in the procession, and we are honoring you and Danella J. Clark. And we're super excited for our legacy and leadership event that takes place 2 nights before commencement. And but most importantly, about your living legacy, because legacy is not something that is written about us when we die. It is the way that we live. It is the actions, the convictions, and our behaviors. So I'll end by asking you this last question. What gives you hope in this moment?
It's young people from across the continent, in the diaspora, across the Americas. I see young people defying the odds. I see young people who'd been written off coming through and in claiming their space for the future of this world. We sometimes, as the older generation, might have lost our way. But I think the young people of this country, the young people of this continent, the young people in the States will help us find a way. So that's why I am so honored to have an opportunity to engage and chat and meet those young people. That's the part that excites me the most.
Wow.
How can I engage and meet a lot of them to see that I was once like them? I come from the same environments they come from.
That's right.
I have families that went through so much to give me an education when education was denied to many of us, and what education has done to shape me to the person I am. If 1 or 2 or 3 people could be influenced by my story and my conversations, then I will be happy. So I'm a very optimistic person because young people inspire me, because they don't see the barriers we see. They see the opportunities that others do not see.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, great. Thank you so much, Lincoln. It was wonderful speaking with you this afternoon, and I can't wait until we celebrate you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
God bless.